So good morning again. It's Friday. Oh man, but I'm gonna have a fairly busy weekend. Good morning, Carla. Yes, I'm excited that it's Friday. It's gonna be busy, but it'll be fun. And what a good way to start. Again, with that reminder to take that 5-minute break. Listen to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. And see what the universe has for us today. See if there's any tips or tricks or any angers or resentments we need to look at. As I like to say, do our daily inventory. So that if we can take a look at maybe our angers and resentments in the morning, if we meditate on them a little bit, plan out our day, maybe we can avoid any issues, and if something does pop up, maybe we can react a little bit differently and just surprise people. So, I have this event coming up this week, and I just had this thing where I wanted to try and find other decks. I always use the same decks. And danged if I don't feel like I'm just going to take my same old decks with me. Good morning, Eleanor. I try and use other decks, and I can use them, but I just don't feel that connection. So, today I'm going to use my good old classic. Here is my stack with the 3 threads that we put out to the universe. Each stack being a different thought, a different conversation. Whichever thread we pull will be the thought we take with us for the day. And today is Friday. My camera's a little bit low. I can't quite do this today. But let's see. Let's go with the bottom. Let's see what's underneath everything so that we can just have a good focus over the weekend. Carry this with us. Do our 3-in-1. Take that extra breath. Relax our neck. Relax our shoulders. So we're starting right out with Papesse, the High Priestess. So, like I was saying, with picking that bottom stack, going underneath, seeing what's underneath it, that hidden knowledge that we can tap into. Moving to the 5 of Wands. So when we have the 4 of Wands, Wands are fire and energy. In the Marseille suit, Wands are a heavy suit. So you have the light suits, which are the soft suits, which are the coins and the cups. In the Marseille style, the heavies are the swords and the wands. And so the 4 of Wands, though, is where you at least get to take a break and maybe celebrate. The 5 of Wands is somebody comes along and knocks it all down. And then the big discussion ensues. To the 5 of Cups. So for this weekend, we feel that self, we have a centered self. Ourselves can be centered. We can have the knowledge. We can know. We're comfortable with what we feel and what we believe. But then somebody comes along who's close to us, like a family member or a friend, regardless of whether they're just having a bad day or they really feel like they are right. This is one of those things where an argument touches us to the core. Politics, religion, things like that. And if we're not handling it correctly and we move into the Five of Cups, we could lose this friendship. We could lose this relationship. So this is essentially one of those things where we know inside ourselves that something's right. How much we want to fight over that belief, or what our mood is going into something. Yeah, well, and I like that. Hidden truth will come out and it won't be pretty. Yeah. So the advice card, and again, the court cards can be people, they can be us, they can be somebody else, or they can be a situation. But here we have this thing where, yeah, hidden truth, a knowledge, but the thing is that there's a conflict and a sense of loss. And here we have the advice card. So how could the Valet de Deniers, the Page of Coins, be the advice card? Well, the page is somebody who is flexible, willing to learn. You know, the coins reflects that. The coins, that earth element, that coins are health or finances. But I think here what it is that if we go in and we are just, it's one of those things where we need to just watch ourselves, because however it's presented, you know, a page can be flexible, even though he's the coins, and coins are very conservative. But at least he's willing to learn, to accept things when we're younger than that. You know, the Papesse, we know stuff. Yep, resources over money. I mean, this is going to reflect in a bunch of different ways, but the basic gist is that we know something, and it's going to cause a conflict. And that feeling that loss. So what is it that we are going to have this conflict over? And, you know, maybe we need to approach it with study, with understanding, more stepping out of this adult attitude, and maybe look at it and be willing to learn and not fight. Because the Five of Cups, it is a strong sense of loss. Do we want to feel that loss? And the Five of Wands is that conflict. And it takes two to have a conflict. So, for this weekend, if we know something, we have this inner feeling, this inner knowledge, or if we're presented, as Eleanor was saying, with an inner knowledge that can disrupt us, the earth element of the page is solid and grounded, and he's willing to learn. How far do we want to carry this conversation? It's just saying to be aware that we need to be aware of where our conversations are going, of what our feelings are going into it, and what we are willing to lose. Because it's one of those things when you're married or even in business, even if you win, you lose. You know what I mean? Pyrrhic victory. Even if you win, you lose. And this is about knowing something deep inside. Knowing deep inside, going into that conflict. So, and so we have Tribulator. So hello, Tribulator over there on Twitch. So I don't do, not winning the lottery again. I don't generally do readings like this or anything like that. But over on the YouTube channel is where every morning I do, at 7:15 Monday through Friday, I do readings, and then also post on MyTarot over in Facebook. And if you hang out there and if you want to chat and stuff like that and help people out, I give readings for free. I don't even really charge for people that I come to know. Otherwise, you can just go to MyTarot.org, which has a link to the YouTube, to the Facebook, and it's also got a contact page there. But people that I meet on the online, I generally don't charge for meeting readings or things like that. I just do it for people that that hang out. So with that, I hope everybody has an amazing weekend, and I am going to be back here on Monday. So until then, take care of yourselves. Remember, give yourself that 5-minute breath before we jump into that argument, and let's think about the consequences of always okay, what I almost said was, and keep in mind the consequences of always being right. Maybe since that accidentally slipped out, I'll leave that in there. Remember the consequences of always being right. Thank you, Eleanor and Carla and everybody else. And Eleanor, good luck winning that lottery. And I will talk to everybody on Monday. Thank you again very much. Take care.